So I just was popping in because I have had the intentions of taking you guys along when I did the side gigs yesterday, but it was like popping yesterday. So I was getting orders back to back. I did Shipt and I did Grubhub. One Grubhub, I did pick that up yesterday. And so today I started off with doing Shipt. I opened up the Grubhub in the Instacart. Grubhub and Ubereats, sorry. But I did sign up for some hours for Shipt, and it was, let me turn this down. And it was a delivery only, but it wasn't going to be available until after 4:45. It was delivery between 5 and 6. I started doing, I started side gig schedule at 3, after 3. So I went ahead and ran an errand, and then I received a Grubhub, so I went to go deliver that. Grubhub is literally, the restaurant was like around the corner, but I had to go literally around in order to get to the restaurant. The customer wasn't that far from the restaurant. So then after I completed that order, I decided to just go ahead and go. I picked up another Shipt order. It was for a shop and deliver. It started off with 10 items. It ended up being 16 because when I was in the store, she was adding stuff. And she didn't even leave a tip. But it's okay. So I went ahead and did that. I dropped that off. And then I did a deliver only. And I still had not made my goal. What I've been trying to do is to do at least $50 a day for the next 5 days. What is that? So when I was done with the 2 Shipt and the Uber, I was nowhere near close there. So I did look back on Instacart because Instacart hadn't been popping. So I did click back on Instacart, and there was a order, $22 order. It was a 2 full service order. Again, the store wasn't far from where I was located, so I went ahead and went there. So then so I just got finished with that. That's why it's dark. Luckily I got to the first person house when I did, because they live in like one of the historic parts of our city, and so their houses were actually built on like these hills. And so you can't see the address because the city doesn't allow them to put anything on the street to identify their address. And then you can't, you're not able to see where they're parking. The park is not on the street. You aren't supposed to, but I had to. I know the choice. And then luckily she didn't have that many items. I can run it up the hill. It was a alcohol, so I had to see her ID and everything like that. So then the last person house was, luckily they were coming out when I was coming, so I didn't have to knock on the door. I was able to leave there. It wasn't on a hill. It was literally with a duplex, so it's easy to find. So again, my plan is not to come back in until I reach $50, or at least close to it. And so that meant that I missed my class today, which is just a city class. It's not like a grading class. And my game. So hopefully my boys did good. So peace out. I'll try this again tomorrow. Okay, I hope you guys can see me. So this is day 3 of me working on my goal of making $50 for 5 days straight of side gigs. So I started on Monday the 12th, and I am actually headed to my first side gig of the day, which is an Instacart. So let me tell you exactly what I did on Monday. So on Monday, I was able to do 2 Shipt orders. I was able to do, I did 3 shipped orders on Monday and a Grubhub, I believe so. I definitely will show y'all information when I figure it out. And then the next thing is that yesterday I was able to do 2 shipped orders and an Instacart double order and a Grubhub. So my goal is to get to 50 or at least 50. The first day I think I was at 48, or I was like really close, and then yesterday I was like really close as well. But I got a notification to let me know that a tip from last week came this week, so that put me over near my goal of being on task of doing the $50 a day. So yesterday was a long day because after I did the 2 shipped orders yesterday in the Grubhub, I was like not even halfway done with the whole situation. So luckily when I was done with the second shipped order, there was an Instacart order that came through for the double, and it was like $22, but it ended up being like $21, I believe, because I had to refund the customer 1 item. And I'm not saying, I couldn't even say it. I'm not saying I'm confused, but when it asks you, like because I've used Instacart before for suggestions of or recommendations for substitutions, and if you choose it, if you really don't want a substitution, don't put one there. Literally, and put a note, I don't want a substitution. It is okay to do that. Okay, so for me, it was like she had a substitution, I chose the substitution, and yeah, negative. She was like, can you just refund me? So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do that. So it was just some change off. It didn't so I was okay with that. And then I did have to make an adjustment to a custom item that they needed a substitution as well, because the item they want was out of stock, but they had another item which was actually cheaper. So I don't know. Like so we headed here, and I'm trying my best because Monday I said I was going to vlog and take you guys along with me because it was 2 delivery only, so I won't be getting out the car often. And then just time got away from me. I was like bam bam bam. I did that. I think I ended a little bit right at 6 the first day. Yesterday I ended like after 7, I'm gonna say probably like 7:30ish. So it was dark, and I was like, oh my goodness, because I do not want to be working like when it's pitch black, because in certain areas in my city they don't have street lights, so I don't want to get caught up. I have my glasses, they help me, but at night, my signs are small, you can't even see the street signs. And then on top of that, like, you can be on a street that actually you can go left and right and be on that same street name. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. This is my first Instacart at CVS, so I wanted to see what it's about. The person stated that they needed me to bring it all the way into their home, which I'm okay with. And what I usually do, like, I always keep something with me, but I do let a family member know that what I'm doing, and if the customer asks me to do something, require me to, be out of the view of any type of cameras. So I'm gonna go ahead and jet over to this place right quick, get these items, and so see you when I'm done. Okay, so I just went ahead and picked up that order, and this order here was it's a pickup for delivery only. Now, I've been doing it all week, and one thing that I had mentioned to I'm sorry, because I don't know what they're trying to take me. But one thing that I had mentioned to the young lady when I did my first Shipt order with the alcohol was, y'all don't want to see my ID to make sure I'm old enough to be transporting this? And she was like, no. And I'm just like, that's the weirdest thing. I would think that they would be like, yeah, let me see your ID situation, but that's not the case. So today they actually asked for my ID. And so, yeah. And then additionally, something that they did is they put stickers on it. And that was another thing that I was trying to like understand, because like with Instacart, they do that. They check my ID, even though and then they check my screen to see the person's birthday that was entered. And then they put stickers on all the alcohol that is actually being transported. So in this case, like I said, that when she asked this today, and she actually, after asking, the lady noticed that there was no stickers on it, so she went ahead and had the girl run in and put stickers on it. So something that's definitely different than last time, something that I think that is important regardless of if I'm the one consuming or not. I still have to be old enough to transport, just like in certain cases, the person, like a waiter or waitress, can take an order of alcohol, but they can't deliver it to the table because of the age. It's the same thing that when it comes to other things. So yeah, so that's what we sitting at. That's what we at this time. And it's actually, the place is not far, the customer is not far from this location. And so that's, like I said, that in my area, that's the plus, is that they can live in a different city, but actually they're like so close to where the location is not even a problem. Now, it's one city I don't go in because I don't know, I'm not familiar with this particular city in the way that how the surrounding is. I know the major streets, so when I look on the map and I see you're right here, I know I'm not gonna go. If I got to go in the city, no, I'm not gonna do it. These places are not in the city. They're like on the edge of the city limits and stuff, to city limits. So yeah, so back to what I was saying. So Monday, I did a CVS order, nice young lady. Let's see, I think I did like they were mostly Shipt orders. I think I picked up one Grubhub that day. And then the next day, I want to say I picked up an Instacart, but I'm not sure. It really has not been any like stories to, come to mind. I've had the unresponsive customer after they was responding. Isn't that the weirdest thing? Like, you back to back, and then all of a sudden you just go ghost on me. And so, and what's the funny thing about it is, who I'm talking to is definitely a lady, but when I go deliver, it's the husband is getting the stuff, and I be like, I explain to them, I tried, and the husband like, it's okay, thank you. Like, they're like, I'm fine with the situation. Like, and she's gonna be fine with it. But I did have one cash tipper this week. And when I was out bringing stuff, he was like, whoa, she really went shopping this week. And so I'm like, yeah. Let's see, a lot of places I've been going to is new development, so it's been really nice seeing, the potential of me being able to move in these different areas. The area I live in is growing. It's growing faster than a lot of residents and are liking. You get on next door, it's a lot of complaining, but have no other choice but to build up. So that feeling of, I would say the country feeling is being slightly moved away back into like a city feeling because of that. So a lot of people are not really liking that, because the land that was empty is not being used, and they're just not feeling it. So yeah, I'm trying to see what else. One thing I like about Shipt and when they went through all the little process of, you know, setting up everything, was they did a lot of videos, and the last video was like the sting video, whatever, showing like they set up a sting. And so that tickles me, one, because I'm like, is this a sting? She asking me for my ID? She putting stickers on it and they ain't never did it before. Is this a real sting? So like we see, you scan the ID, and when Shipt, like, you have to sign for it, but at this time they allow for you to sign for the customer. And I asked the customer, is it okay if I sign for you, just so I don't have to, you know, release my phone into your hands, or you place your fingers on my phones? And they're cool with it. It's no biggie. You check their ID. You check they do a verbal. First you verbally ask them. And I know the reason why you verbally ask them, because I don't know if this is a good explanation or a good scenario, but when we used to go to like the buffets and it was like 6 and under free, some parents used to coach kids who were over 6 to say they were 6, or an age that is actually younger. So with that being said, that led to but what they used to always do is ask the child, how old are you? Not letting the parent say it. And because kids think so fast, they don't it's not something thought out, they'll say their real age. So that's why I think that's the reason why they asked us to ask the age, because a quick second we say our age, unless you mean, I forget my age every day. Every day I forget. I'm like, how am I? When it was my birthday, I was like, wait a minute, let me count. I was all calculating, like, up until this point, I didn't realize I was that old. But yeah, so you do that, and then after you do that, you scan ID. And what people are used to doing is turning their ID and scanning, but I asked them to first turn it towards me. And I look at it, look at the picture, look at the birthday, and then that's when I proceed to the other options. So yeah, so I'm going to just go ahead and close this out, and I'll check back with you after this delivery. It was just Shipt telling me that the Shipt order that I am scheduled to actually shop after this one has been updated. I thought it was this when I was on was going to be updated. Let me tell you why. Because I have gotten an order from Target before with an order of 9 items, and the customer added 8 more items. So I thought that was the same scenario where the person put in 9 so it looks favorable to pick up, and then throw in all these different options before it's cutoff time. So no, it was the second one. They added some more items to their order because it looked like it went up. So yeah, so let me see. So I should be there about 4:30. Like I said, this is a shop that should be shopped between 5 and 6. So if the customer don't do the okie doke, I can be out of this store in 10 minutes or less. And then that'll give me a good enough time to get back to be able to shop fully for the other person, and then drop that stuff off, and then pick up a something else. What I wanted to discuss is that, to meet my goal, I just need, I think, like $33. Probably don't even have to pick up another side gig, that I can go home early and sleep. So we'll definitely see. So I'm going ahead and put you guys down, and I'm going to jet over, and I'll talk to you when I'm on my way to the customer. All right, so I'm done with that delivery, and like I said, it wasn't far. It wasn't scanned. She was ready, and she did give me some horrible news. Yeah. So these are the chances we are taking, I guess. But doing what I'm supposed to do is what I need to do. So I'm headed to do my next order, which is a shop and deliver. And which I like, because I mean, I can take a picture and jet up out of there. Well, okay. So I can jet up out of there. So, but I got pulled a okie doke, because this person is actually a city over. I'm gonna have to jump on the freeway. So I thought I was gonna be able to pick up these 2 orders, this one trip, and then deliver one and deliver the other. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. Let me see what the other person happened there. I went ahead and picked up the second order, and they didn't do the same process. So that's the thing that I have like the issue with, is they don't put the stickers and they don't ask for the ID each time. Now I questioned that, and she was like, she shrugged her shoulders. And so if that was a sting setup, RIP shit. Because I'm definitely doing everything I'm supposed to do. So like I said, if they choose not to put stickers on it, if they choose, like, I'm not gonna beg them, but yeah, she was like, sometimes we remember. She was so nonchalant about that. Like, man, you're supposed to do it every time, because we're working together. And then I was like, and I always ask them, because I don't want anything to be rolling around, because they only can put stuff in our trunk at the store. So I don't want things rolling around. So I always say, okay, is it something that's in a cart? Is it alcohol in a carton? Is it glass in a carton? And they be like, no. So this, which is about a big bottle of wine, and she's like, it's just in here with the bread. So y'all put a large glass bottle with somebody's bread? That's why they don't even want to leave tips, because they think we smashing their stuff. Like, no, they pack. This is how they packing y'all stuff. And then when I did have a story. So, like I said, when you do the delivery only, you don't know what they have. So this one delivery only I had, like, I seen a lady coming out the car, and I'm like, I hope that's not my card. I hope that's not my card. And lo and behold, it was my card. It was like full to the brim at the top and the bottom. And I was like, oh my goodness. And so you can hear like her stuffing the stuff in. You're like literally stuffing in my trunk. I'm like, ma'am, a bag can go on my back seat. It's totally fine. She's like, okay, because I'm trying my best to put it in here. I said, okay. So I get to the customer's house, and y'all, they had them eggs. They put it in where I have my little, where I hold my thermal bags and stuff. So they had like cocked to the side. But I'm like, y'all are taking chances. Like, come on now. And so then the customer I just had delivered, they had ripped the bag. They didn't even think about going to get an extra bag. It's like, it's the little things. The little things. It's like, you got to stop and you got to say, hey, can I get another bag for this? Because I mean, I'm carrying this, and you don't know, like, I don't know how far I have to walk. If I gotta walk up a hill, if I gotta walk upstairs. So that's the bags be in the best shape possible, because I am in the running for the being the winner of how many bags can you carry from your car to the door. I have been doing this for several years right now, training in the Groceries Olympics. And so I prefer bags to be doubled if they're plastic and they have boxes in it, because they rip. The boxes do rip those plastic bags. So I always ask to double those, as well as if I have a brown paper bag, I inspect it thoroughly for any cracks and the weight of it. Like I tell you, I'm in training to be the winner of the Grocery Olympics, so I ain't got time for all that. So let me go ahead and drop this one off. This again is alcohol scan, so it's a wait and see situation, and hopefully the customer is available. So some customers, I send a text, some say thank you, and still when I get there, they act like they don't even know I supposed to show up. Like, yeah, we just had this conversation. I was showing up. I was hoping you were gonna be there, so you know. So let me go ahead and get off of here, and I'll chat with you when I'm done with that, and I'm headed to my next. This one is a shop and deliver, so yes. My earnings for the weeks we have with Shipt from October 12th to the 18th. I did 10 orders at $120.72. Here's the breakdown. $106.99 was an order pay and promo. Tips this week was 10, and the tips from the past week that was included in this upcoming week pay is $3.73. Then for Grubhub for the week, there was a total of $69.22. Delivery pay was $38.03, and the tips were $31.19. For Instacart, the current balance currently is $141.02. The Instacart payment is $86.31. The tips is $45.84, and the pending tips is $8.87. So the total for the week was $330.96. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Everyone hit that thumbs up. And please share with your family, friends, and your coworkers. Peace out.